there's no place like home for the holidays.
Two friends on the couch of summer nights, horror flicks bringing out the fright, sipping soda, laughing at the scenes, fat boy summer living out our dreams. Here we are in the gloveless screen, just two fat boys living a horror dream. Midnight snacks, popcorn in the air, chasing shadows without a care, cracking jokes, making memories. Late night horror, just you and me, in this golden glow we own the night. Two fat boys in a summer light, laughing loud through the scary scenes. Handful of chips living out our dreams. With every jump scare we scream and shout. This fat boy summer's what it's all about.
Psst. Grill sound effects. Jeff, I'm over here flipping some burgers.
How many?
We got all these zombies. I don't know. Probably not enough.
They want those? They eat those?
I mean, they've been hanging out here.
They're not getting
all
any.
week.
They're not getting any unless you bought several thousand.
Well, I think I've got about 8 burgers, 8 brats.
Well, that's enough for me. What are you gonna eat for Fat Boy Summer, Jay?
We'll figure that out later, I guess. It's probably, we've been getting, by the way, it's Fat Boy Summer. This is Horror for the Holidays. We're celebrating Fat Boy Summer. I'm Jay Logsdon.
I'm Jeff Searcy.
Yeah, we're doing,
They're running by the pool, you damn kids.
Yeah, these fucking kids. They showed up. There was this, that we kept getting these weird phone calls and these kids kept running around.
Keep trying to give me messages from beyond. Yeah. I'm not interested. Give me hamburger.
Yeah. This phone won't stop ringing. I keep hearing it.
I know. Nobody answers it.
Yeah. Just, jeez.
This resort sucks, Jay.
Yeah.
Next time I'm booking the resort.
I'm really feeling let down. Here, we had a great experience. We let all these zombies in, and shit's just gotten weird ever since.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess every Fat Boy Summer can't be a winner.
Yeah.
So is next year.
Yeah. Well, sun's out, guns out. Subs out. Tubs out. I don't know.
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right, sure, why not? Yeah, it's Fat Boy Summer. We're rolling right along, literally.
We are literally rolling right along.
Let's dive into talking about 2022's The Black Phone.
Yes, 2022 was its wide release.
Okay.
2021, it did some festivals.
I was going to say, I saw something initially about 2021, and I was like, wait, why'd I write 2022? I thought it was 2021.
It came out at Fantastic Fest in 2021, but then it was shelved until its release date the next year.
Released June 24th, 2022. Right in that Fat Boy Summer window.
Yeah, that's a good summer.
Right at the start of summer. Directed by Scott Derrickson, who also wrote and directed Hellraiser Inferno, which, I don't know, varying quality.
Yeah.
And was a producer on Christie, which we will do some Thanksgiving.
Are you going to mention Sinister, Jay?
Oh, yeah, Sinister was there. Doctor Strange.
Yep.
His co-writer is C. Robert Cargill, and together they have done a lot of those movies we already mentioned. But also... they are doing Black Phone 2, which releases this October.
Indeed.
And looks like it could be Christmassy. I think that's kind of why we picked it.
Yeah, it's in there. Looks like it's in the Christmas zone, certainly, if it's not explicitly Christmas.
There is one still. Like, there's one moment during kind of like... you've seen the trailer, right? Mm-hmm. There's like one brief moment where it looks like you see like someone throwing or getting thrown into a Christmas tree or something like that.
Yep.
And it's just brief, and it's one of those where, like, even if you pause it, you're like, I can't quite tell what I'm looking at, but I'm willing to say it's tentatively Christmassy.
People were like, but it's coming out in October, and I'm like, Terrifier 3 came out in October.
Yep. Yeah, none of you had a problem with that.
Yeah. The story for 2, I'll just make a quick note, was Joe Hill pitched a sequel to this when they were making the first one. And they were basically like, well, if the studio would give us money. But this was a pretty big hit, so the studio greenlit it almost immediately.
Oh, no, this was a huge hit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Joe Hill, he's the other writer.
Yes.
I'm sure he and his dad are of no importance to horror history.
No, I've always heard the popular opinion online, Jay, that if Stephen King was able to write, his name would be Joe Hill.
Starting right off the bat, we're probably going to start with the biggest named actor. There's this one guy in this movie.
The Ethan Hawke.
And not enough people talk about the fact that during the day he's an actor, but during the night he's a hawk.
Yeah.
And he and his wife are never allowed to be together.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, technically it's a Ladyhawke, but
he's Ethan Hawke and his wife is Ladyhawke.
Ladyhawke, yeah, obviously.
We've got Mason Thames as Finney, and Madeline McGraw plays his sister Gwen.
Two of the better child actors, I will say.
Jeff, we're going to talk about that. Jeremy Davies plays their shitty dad, Terrence, and we will see all of them again in Black Phone 2.
Jay, I know a shitty dad named Terrence. Do you remember him? Terrence
Shade. Oh shit. Is this like
soft sequel?
soft sequel to Barricade? E. Roger Mitchell plays Detective Wright. Troy Randseal is Detective Miller, and some spooktacular we will see him as Laurie's EMT in Halloween Kills. And again, some other fat boy summer as Man with Belly in The Bay.
Man with Belly, eh?
Perfect for fat boy summer.
So when Derrickson and Cargill were expanding the short story, because when it says short story, it means like 10 pages.
Okay.
They expanded it. It goes into Derrickson's childhood experiences. His father was an alcoholic. It was a pretty rough house, apparently. And one night, in the middle of the night, his neighbor came over. He was friends with him. He was about 9 years old.
Okay.
And the police had just come to tell him that his mom had been murdered. Apparently, there was a serial killer in that area at the time, and he had bound his mom in foam and thrown her into a lake after he assaulted her.
Jesus!
And so that's kind of what the genesis of expanding the story and making their childhood the way it is came from. What's the director's experience?
Write what you know, I guess, right?
Yep.
James Ransone plays our best character, Max. And maybe we'll see him again sometime if we ever do the 2008 Prom Night remake.
Sure, why not?
I kind of like the Prom Night remake. I know that's a controversial opinion.
We could do it. Well, I mean, your take on My Bloody Valentine 3D is also a very controversial opinion.
Miguel Mora, who plays Robin, will be in Black Phone 2. Another good solid child actor. We'll get to these child actors.
Oh yeah.
Jay Garvin Wild plays Moose and is in Halloween Kills and a movie called Bad Candy that looks kind of like a Halloween version of A Christmas Horror Story.
Interesting.
Like two DJs are kind of like the framing, perhaps, like bookends.
Perhaps a spooktacular item.
Yeah, somewhere down the line. Robert Fortunato plays Cop and is in Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. Ron Blake, who plays EMT, uncredited, is Hospital Orderly, uncredited, and is in Halloween Kills, and is and is pedestrian, uncredited in The Exorcism. If we ever get around to making that joke I made about Russell Crowe-Vember being into a reality, where we talk about Russell Crowe exorcism movies. The fact that there's 3 of them.
Yeah. No, we got to do it.
I know we've got plenty of Thanksgiving movies we can do in November, but maybe someday we'll do Russell Crowe-Vember and we'll do The Exorcism and Pope's Exorcist and Pope's Exorcist 2.
We need it.
2 Vespas this time.
I mean, he's going to need it, Jay.
Isn't there an implication?
That one was struggling
Isn't there an implication in the Pope's Exorcist that he rode that Vespa from Italy to Spain?
Yeah. Yeah,
it's heavily implied.
They do try to make it seem that way. And if that Vespa got Russell Crowe over a mountain, I need to get that Vespa.
Yeah, we need to find this brand of Vespa.
Because Russell Crowe has been in his fat boy summer era for a few decades now.
Chris T.C. Edge is Fireman, uncredited, and is in Halloween Kills. Derek Lemon is Detective, uncredited, and is in Halloween Ends. Veronica Russell is EMT, uncredited. It is also in Halloween Kills, Ends, and The Exorcism. I'm wondering, I didn't look into it, but I am wondering if this is another one of those where it's like, oh, this was filming at the same time as like Halloween Kills or something.
This was casting and doing pre-production during the height of COVID. Finney and the sister actually had to do auditions via Zoom because they couldn't be there in person. Also, interesting note, they shot it in North Carolina because of the tax incentives, even though it's supposed to be set in Denver, but they do a pretty good job.
I was going to say, it looks like Denver.
Yeah, and one of the things I saw in an interview with Derrickson was he used the notes from his therapy as like a kind of like a guide to reconstructing the childhood trauma. So he said that he feels like this is his most personal movie he's ever made.
According to IMDb, Paperboy Billy is a reference to the Iowa tragedy of Johnny Gotch, if you know that story.
Yeah.
Like, apparently it mirrors that story very similarly. And it was even the thing where, like, when I first saw that, I went, oh, I wonder if that's that. Like, for people who don't know, look it up.
Yeah.
I don't know enough to talk about it. Basically,
Yeah,
a paperboy got kidnapped, and we've never heard from him because he's just a missing person.
Yeah, and I heard the story in high school from one of our teachers, but yeah, you'd probably want to look it up for the details.
Also, VHS 85 has a segment called Dream Kill, which is in the same universe as this movie, written and directed by the same guys.
Well, and Sinister, while it's not in the same universe as this movie, the dream sequence style in that and this are very, very similar.
And also, Ethan Hawke is in Sinister?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Sinister, it gets a bad rap, but I like it.
Tagline, never talk to strangers. Solid.
I like it. We didn't mention Tom Savini does the masks.
Okay. Yep. Classic. Yes, you are absolutely right to bring that up. Tom Savini, an absolute legend.
And I'm honestly really surprised that these masks have not caught on as like a Halloween staple because they're pretty cool.
Yep. No, they are so interesting, and I will get around to it. But I wonder if the fact that we don't know more about the masks and about the grabber is a reason why it's not as big a deal.
Yeah, he goes through stages with the masks we'll talk about throughout the movie.
Made $161 million worldwide on an $18 million budget. So pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
That's considered a smash for a horror movie, especially one that's not based on an existing IP.
Yep.
And I wanted to do a quick shout out to the cinematographer. He used actual Super 8 film to shoot the dream sequences.
I thought so. I'm like, either that's some of the best artificial grain I've ever seen.
Yep.
Or this was actually shot on.
He he personally controlled the basement lights that, if you notice, they kind of flicker in with the grabber's mood. Mm-hmm. Like they'll go in and out and go brighter. Like sometimes they'll turn red when he's pissed off. Yeah, he was like literally crouching behind a panel controlling all that.
Oh, that's awesome. Where to watch? You can certainly buy Blu-ray, DVD, probably even 4K copies. Also, watch it on Peacock.
Yeah, Peacock would probably be the best place. I mean, I would buy it. It's worth owning.
Yeah, it's one where I've been on the lookout ever since I finished watching it. Personal experience. I knew it came out and never saw it, and it wasn't until the Black Phone 2 stuff kind of like I said, kind of implied Christmas, where I was like, oh, we need to do that for Fat Boy Summer. Like it was one where I'd heard everything I'd heard about the movie was great, but it was one where I hadn't gotten around to seeing it, and this was kind of my incentive to do so.
I went when it first came out with my then fiance, and we saw it and enjoyed it, and then I was like, hey Jay, you should watch this.
Yep.
And now we're watching it. All
right, well, Jeff, you ready for synopsis time?
I suppose.
All right. We're in North Denver, 1978. We see a Little League baseball game. A kid named Finney is up to pitch. As people in the crowd cheer him on. First pitch, strike one. Second pitch, strike two. Third pitch, it's a home run by Bruce Yamada.
Oh, damn that Bruce Yamada.
Finney looks crushed in all of the post-game events, but Bruce comes up to him and says, like, essentially, says, you did a great job. Like you almost had me. And he says, your arm is mint. That is a line that we will come back to.
Yes, very strong arm, Jay. Very strong.
And that makes Finney smile. We then cut to the song Free Ride playing as Bruce is riding his bike down the street. And the song starts to fade out as a black van with abracadabra written on the side approaches.
I'm sure that's nothing.
We get an American Horror Story style opening credits and title card of kids playing, police cars driving, and missing children's posters.
Oh my!
It absolutely made me think of an American Horror Story intro.
It definitely has that vibe.
Finney and his sister Gwen are eating breakfast as their piece of shit dad glowers hungoverly at us over his morning paper.
Yep, that's about right.
Finney and Gwen are then walking to school, and Finney notices more missing children's posters, some new ones. Another new one for Bruce Yamada. Gwen says that they aren't going to find him the way they want to find him. Almost like she has some kind of insight, some kind of shine.
She's got the shine, Jay? No, not yet.
No. They see a fight between two kids, Moose and Robin. Moose has the size advantage, but Robin kicks his ass and really pounds his face in. Gwen mentions that Robin is the toughest kid in school since the grabber got Pinball Vance Hopper.
Exactly.
As they walk away, we see the black van from earlier drive behind them down the street. At school, Finney is in science class, and he leaves the classroom quickly and heads to the bathroom and hides into the stall as three kids follow him in and tell him to come out. They're about ready to beat him up when in walks Robin, and the kids start to leave, and Robin says, "Fuck with Finn again, and I'll fuck with you." And then tells the kids to leave, and then Robin tells Finney, "You're going to have to stand up for yourself one of these days."
That could become a theme. I don't know, Jay.
Well, we'll see. In Gwen's class, she gets called into the principal's office as two detectives want to talk to her about Bruce Yamada's kidnapping and a weird dream she said she had about him being taken by a guy with black balloons. And the detectives reveal that the balloons are real and hadn't been released to the public yet. And they want to know where she got this information.
The shine.
Yep. And sounds like we've got a shine on our hands, Jeff.
I think we do.
Yep. On the way home, Gwen tells Finney that it is Friday, so she's staying over at Susie's, and Finney says he'll watch their dad. Finney's piece of shit dad is passed out in his chair drunk, and Finney watches The Tingler on TV.
Oh.
I've not seen The Tingler. If I had had enough time, I would have watched it, because I'm like, I wonder how The Tingler relates to the plot of Black Phone.
Yeah.
The next morning, Finney wakes up to Gwen crying as their dad beats her with a belt because their mom also had the shine and now she's dead. He makes her say, "My dreams are just dreams," and then tells Finney, "Same goes for you." Boy, I hope this shine doesn't wind up saving these kids' lives.
I hope not.
Otherwise, their dad's going to have an egg all over his face.
Going to be so embarrassed and so drunk.
We see Robin walking behind a store, and someone gets out of the black van and starts walking towards him.
Oh, no.
That night, word goes out that the grabber got Robin. Finney asks Gwen to try to do her dream thing, which involves her asking Jesus for help, which I thought was just great.
Yeah. No, I could see that. A kid interpreting that as like God giving him visions.
Yep. The next morning, the detectives stop by the house to ask to speak to Gwen, but she seems to not have any information at this moment.
Can't see no more keys.
The three kids from earlier beat Finney now that Robin is gone. And Gwen runs up and smacks one of them in the side of the head with a rock, causing blood to just come streaming out of his temple.
Nice.
And then Gwen gets kicked in the face. And then she and the other kid are just like sitting next to a fence, both of them bleeding, as the two remaining kids just beat the shit out of Finney some more.
Shame.
But I loved her just like running up like, "You fucking cocksuckers," and just smacks one kid in the side of the face with a rock.
Too bad she didn't kill him.
He would have deserved it. Finney is now in science, and he has to partner up, and he winds up getting partnered up with Donna, the girl that he's been crushing on.
Oh boy.
Somehow it is apparently a week has passed since the last time, because it's once again Friday and Gwen is going over to Susie's house for the night. My one issue I had with this movie was time moves in like a really weird way. It's hard to keep track of how much time has passed.
Pretty much skips the school week, it seems like. They go to school on Monday and then the next thing will be Friday.
And part of me wonders if that's on purpose, especially with what's about to happen.
I think so.
Where like Finney doesn't know how much time has passed, so we don't know how much time has passed.
Yeah, I kind of think that's what they were going for.
But anyway, so Finney starts walking home by himself, and he sees the black van, and the guy in it drops a bunch of groceries, and he's kind of, oh, clumsy me. Mm-hmm. And then Finney offers to help, and he's like, oh, do you want to see a magic trick? And Finney looks in the back of the van, and he goes, wait, are those black balloons? And the guy is the grabber, and he grabs him.
Oh God, he got grabbed.
And Finney is able to cut him with a piece of like his rocket pen.
He's doing the Ted Bundy thing because he always used to pretend to have like a broken arm or stuff like that.
Or Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs? Yep. Isn't that?
Yeah, he's based on that too. Yeah, where he's trying to pretend like, oh, I can't move this or whatever. Can you help me?
Buffalo Bill, what a guy. Ted Levine, Monk's boss, and Monk.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
I was bummed to learn that I don't think there is ever a Buffalo Bill joke made on Monk.
Ah.
I would have done a thing where Ted Levine's character like rescues some little girl, and like people are like, oh, he's a hero, and they start sending him gift baskets, and then somebody's like, and somebody sent you lotion, boss, what should I do with that? And he's like, I don't know, put the lotion in the basket. Would have been the funniest thing they could have done. And I don't, and as far as I'm aware, I've done some research, and I don't think there's a single Ted Levine making a lotion in the basket joke on Monk.
Damn.
And it feels like a missed opportunity. If there is, someone send it to me.
Yeah, send it over.
Finney wakes up in a basement, and the grabber is wearing a devil's mask, but there's like no mouth on it.
Yep.
At one point, the grabber mentions that he hears a phone ringing, but we don't really hear anything. The grabber leaves, and Finney checks his surroundings. He's in a large room with a mattress like bolted to the floor, and a black phone stuck to the wall that has the cord cut on it. Mm-hmm. And then there is a hallway. There's a shuttered window. It has like a steel shutter over it. And then there is a hallway that leads to a toilet. And then there is a large metal door that latches. Mm-hmm. At Susie's, Gwen gets the call that Finney is missing, and she runs home and prays, trying to activate her shine powers. Mm-hmm. In the basement, Finney wakes up and hears the phone ringing, but the grabber is standing in the doorway. His mask now has a smile over the under the devil, and says the phone doesn't work and that something has come up and he'll be upstairs for a while and that he won't hear anything because the basement is soundproofed. Mm-hmm. The grabber leaves Finney in the basement, and after Finney screams for help to no avail, he realizes that it's pointless and starts to cry, only for the phone to start ringing. Finney answers only to hear some clicking and nothing else.
Interesting.
Finney has another brief interaction with the grabber, who says he just wanted to look at him. Mm-hmm. Really weird scene.
And in those, it's almost like he has a dual personality, because whenever he's doing anything bad, it's the devil mask. Whenever he's just being semi-normal, quote unquote, it's the happy mask. And then sometimes when he's just delivering stuff, it's the neutral mask, like when he first meets him in the basement. Apparently there's a reference in Monk to Silence of the Lambs. They go visit Dale the Whale, a serial killer, in prison, and he asks for a window in exchange for giving them information about Trudy's murder, just like Hannibal Lecter once won.
Yeah, that's less good.
This is a reference to Silence of the Lambs.
There should be a better one. There should be Ted Levine telling them to put lotion in a basket.
That would be better.
Finney wakes up to the phone ringing again, and this time a voice comes out on the other end of the line saying Finney. He hangs up quickly. It rings again, and like I think he picks up the receiver and puts it back down, and then instead of doing like the intermittent like ring stop, it just rings nonstop until he goes and answers it. And the voice on the other end is revealed to be Bruce Yamada. Finney asks about Bruce, and he says, or if Bruce had heard the phone ringing, or if it's just a thing Finney had done. And Bruce says something like, it rang, but none of us heard it, and that the grabber hears the phone too, but doesn't want to believe that he's hearing it. And Bruce tells Finney that the hallway has a tile loose, and there is dirt underneath it, and he could dig his way out. If he can get under the foundation, and he can escape. We then get scenes of Bruce's life through like the home movie Super 8 style footage. And then we see him getting grabbed, and then we see Finney slamming at a black door with like a window through it. And Gwen wakes up and pedals through the streets looking for the house as Finney starts digging up the dirt, and then he goes and lays down. He wakes up to the grabber bringing him breakfast, and when he leaves, the door doesn't close behind him. Finney goes to check, and the phone rings, and a voice tells him not to go up the stairs, and we get a jump scare of seeing the ghost of like this bloody kid standing behind him. The kid is Billy Showalter, but he only wants to be called Paperboy. Billy tells him that the grabber is upstairs waiting with his belt for naughty boys who don't follow the rules. Finney starts to kind of go up the stairs slightly, but turns around and just goes back downside. And then the camera pans up the rest of the stairs. It shows the grabber waiting, but the mask now has a frown instead of a smile.
Oh, no.
More time passes. Finney wakes up to the phone ringing. He gets another call from Paperboy, who tells him he tore a long cable loose and hid it in a gap in the floor, and tells Finney to pull down the shutter on the window with it. And Finney does this to try and escape, but fails. Gwen has a vision of Billy and sees the grabber standing in front of a house with a gnarled tree in the front yard. She tells her dad about her dreams, and he says he just doesn't want her to go through what her mom did with her visions. And she says, but what if it can help Finney? And her dad agrees to drive her around.
Oh, boy.
The detectives arrive at their house. The detectives arrive at a house. They're going door to door, canvassing the neighborhood. And enter Max, the best character in the movie.
Indeed.
Max is in between jobs, and he's trying to solve the case. He's staying at his brother's house while he's in between jobs, and he's like, yeah, we're working together on this to figure this out. He's like, I've got all these theories, and then one of the cops is like, you might want to clean up before your brother gets back, and we see like lines of coke on the table.
Yeah,
and Max then goes and sniffs one up.
As you do.
As you do.
My magical case-solving powder, Jay.
And then we pan under the floorboards to see Finney keep digging up the dirt in the ground. I wonder if they're in the same house, Jeff. I wonder if this is the he that...
It could be.
I would have liked that to have been more of a mystery.
Yeah. I mean, it might have been if we weren't so keyed into movie tropes.
But I think they kind of revealed it earlier on. I think a little bit later they pretty much come out and say it. And I'm like, I wish they would have just like kept that too. The grabber brings Finney more food and asks Finney his name. And Finney says Taylor Mullen. And the grabber steps out of the shadows with his frown face mask on and drops the food on the ground with like a big clatter. And he's holding a newspaper that shows Finney was lying and that, his name's Finn. The door closes but doesn't latch. Another trap, and the phone rings, but no one is there. We see the grabber waiting at the top of the stairs, but he's starting to fall asleep while Finney sees a vision of another ghost kid and answers the phone. The kid is Griffin Stagg, who tells him the grabber hasn't been sleeping, but is asleep now because he is waiting for Finney to come up the stairs and play naughty boy.
No boy.
Griffin tells Finney that the lock on the door was his bike lock and that the code is on the wall, and it's 23317. Now, the lock is 3 digits long, and so it's up to Finney to determine if that's 2, 33, 17, 23, 31, 7, or, whatever other combinations of the lock. So we get there was one scene where I'm like, earlier on, I was like, wait, why couldn't Finney remember the combination? It seems pretty obvious. I'm like, oh.
He has to try different combinations.
Yeah, he has to try different combinations.
It'd be a little too obvious if he just wrote it on the wall.
Finney goes upstairs and sneaks past a sleeping grabber and gets to the door after trying a couple combinations. He gets it open, but then the dog, Samson, starts barking, waking the grabber, who chases Finney out the door, and in maybe the funniest scene of the whole movie,
oh my God,
gets in his van to chase Finney like 2 houses down and then almost runs him over.
Jay, this is a quintessential moment in Fat Boy history. Fat Boy Summer, we have somebody so lazy they can't even chase a kid 2 houses down the street. They get in their van and try to run him over.
I just thought that was... And I'm like, you're trying... He runs out the door, no shirt on. wearing the full devil mask.
Yep.
And then parks his car in one of his neighbor's driveways. Oh no, we're just being completely inconspicuous here.
That's right, Jay. It's almost like he's mentally unhinged.
But the grabber catches up to Finney. And as lights start to come on, he says, "You say one fucking word and I will gut you like a fish right here in the middle of the street, and I will strangle you with your intestines." And then when the lights start to go out, he says, "Nighty night, naughty boy," and strikes Finney, knocking him out and taking him back to the basement.
Can we just say this has got to be one of, if not the best, Ethan Hawke performances of
Oh,
all time?
I agree. Finney wakes up to the phone ringing, and this time it's Pinball Vance Hopper, who's a real angry kid.
Yeah, he's a real tough guy, too.
We get a vision of Vance playing pinball and fighting kids, and he carves the number 7741 into one of the kids' arms, and then Gwen is with him now, and he is taken by the police to the grabber's house.
Oh, boy.
And we see 7741 on the front of the house. Oh, Vance tells Finney that there is a deep freeze on the other side of the wall, and that by the toilet, and that if he can get through the wall, he can unscrew the back of the freezer and climb in that way. And Finney does this, but can't open the freezer door from the inside, but does find a bunch of frozen steaks. Finney starts to have a breakdown as the phone rings again, and this time it is Robin, who reminds him that he needs to stand up for himself and that the day to do that is today. He tells Finney to pack the phone receiver with dirt so it has some heft, and talks him through fighting with it. Before he goes, he tells Finney to use what we gave you.
Because if you notice, he has been building up the tools he needs to escape.
Yep. Gwen rides her bike around looking for this house and finds it when she sees the ghosts of the boys standing in front of it. And she rides off to call the detectives.
The shine.
Max thinks he figures out what's going on and realizes that maybe the boys are right beneath his feet the whole time. He goes into the basement to check it and finds Finney, and he goes to set him free, only for the grabber to come down the stairs behind him and bury an axe into his skull. And the grabber is only wearing the top of the mask now. The mouth is completely gone. The cops arrive with Gwen's help. They identify the house, but when they get inside, they find it abandoned. But all the boys' bodies are in the basement of the house. It cuts back and forth between these two scenes, but I think I'm like, we're just gonna tell what happens in the less exciting thing, and then we'll do the more exciting thing.
I was gonna say, it's the classic thing of where you think they're gonna be breaking into the house where the killer is, but then they break into an empty house.
Yep. Back to Finney, the grabber says, "You made me kill my brother. He was an idiot, but he was my idiot," which I thought was a great line.
It's a very brother thing, yeah.
He gets Samson tied up and tells Finney he's going to take his time and make him hurt. He goes to hit Finney, who dodges the attack and then runs down the hall. The grabber follows, and Finney is able to trip him with the cable that was pulled out from underneath, which causes the grabber to fall into the hole, and he falls on top of the steel grate, which breaks his ankle.
Ouch.
Finney then hits him a couple times with the phone receiver, but the grabber gets him, and Finney rips off his mask, which makes the grabber like freak out. Finney then uses the phone cord to strangle him and holds the receiver up to his ear. He's like, "This calls for you." And then you can hear all the boys taunting the grabber.
Yeah.
And then Finney kind of does the finishing move that he saw Robin do to Moose, where like Robin like basically did like a snapmare takedown, but like a reverse one, but he uses it and snaps the grabber's neck.
Good.
Finney then tosses Samson a frozen steak and goes to the front door, unlocking it with a code he has, and he goes outside. He is reunited first with Gwen and then with their dad, who apologizes, but that doesn't excuse him for being a giant asshole the entire movie.
Too little, too late.
The police hold a press conference where they kind of rehash everything we just saw if you missed it or weren't paying attention or were confused. The grabber had two homes, one abandoned home across the street where he kept all the baddies, and then his house on the other side of the street where he had a weird soundproof torture dungeon.
Yep. And his brother hung out.
Yep. Max, the best character. Finney arrives at school and everyone thinks he's real cool now because he killed the grabber.
He is. He's real cool.
Yep. And he sits next to Donna, who says, "Hi, Finney." And he says, "Call me Finn." Credits roll.
Dun, dun, dun.
I would have loved the yeah, down.
Should have been like, call me Finn. Finn Wolfhard.
No.
Jay's worst nightmare. Takes off his mask and it's Finn Wolfhard.
Man, there was part of me that was worried I was going to get a Stranger Things kid in this, and I was so glad I did.
Nope.
I think like Moose or one of the actors is like a small part in Stranger Things, and I'm like, I don't care about that, but I was like, am I going to get a fucking like Dustin showing up?
There's none of the main geeks are in it. No.
If it's not my boy Steve Harrington, I don't want to care about anything else in Stranger Things. Only Steve Harrington. He's the hero. All right, Jeff. You got anything else you want to say?
Oh, just if we're talking Stranger Things, I only want to see fat old Sean Astin.
Bob Newby was great. real hero of the show, of season 2, I guess.
But no, as far as synopsis for the movie, I think you covered it pretty well.
So my understanding is the VHS 85, it name drops Gwen and mentions that the mom died from her shine powers. Mm-hmm. And the cousin, I think Gunther maybe was the name.
Something like that, yeah.
Also has shine powers and is tracking down a killer who maybe winds up being his dad. I think I read.
Something like that,
I haven't seen much of the for you know you and me, people who love both found footage and an anthology. I've had no interest in the VHS movies.
I've tried to watch them a couple times and I give up. I'm just like, I don't know, that's just not for me.
The only one I care about is Ratma, Hail Ratma, the giant rat in what VHS like 93 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, well, what category do you want to kick off with, buddy?
Let's dive into some quotes.
All right, song of the summer, favorite quotes. Gwen has the best quotes in this fucking movie. And 90% of the quotes I have are Gwen quotes.
I pulled some from other people, so we should be good.
Fucking cocksucking cowards.
Yep. That's
Gwen.
I had, you have to stand up for yourself for once, echoed again on the phone at the end.
Yeah, I took him down because obviously I'm the grabber, you dumb fucking fart knockers. Also Gwen.
Before you understand what's going on with the phone, the ghost is like, he can't hear us, but he can hear the phone sometimes.
Yep. Which is earlier on where he's like, oh, is that a phone ring?
That's also a hint that he is open to the supernatural element, which will come into play in Black Phone too.
Yep, and the grabber also maybe has the shine.
He definitely has something. But I think whatever version of it he got has fractured his mind.
Yep. No, it's clearly created multiple... Him freaking out when the mask gets removed.
Because it's like, it's not a big deal when he changes the mask, but when the mask is forced to be changed, then he freaks out.
And then what was there's the line about like, he heard the phone ring once, but he never answered again or something like that. Mm-hmm. Or maybe he even says that where he's like, I answered it and no one was there. And it's like,
when Finney is there... and he's like, are you going to kill me or whatever? And he's wearing the happy mask at that point. And he's like, no, I would never hurt you.
Yep.
That's somebody else.
My last Gwen quote. I don't know. Everyone says Fonzie or Richie. Millie says Potsy. And I don't think anyone should ever trust anyone who wants to grow up and marry Potsy. I think I'll just stick with my current plan and marry Donnie Bonaducci.
Respect. Ethan Hawke as the neutral grabber when he first takes him captive. He's like, I wish you wouldn't scream. It makes my ears hurt.
All right, here's my last set of quotes. It's between Finney and Robin. I've seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre Friday night. Or, yeah, like I think he's saying, like, I've seen that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is going to be, like, on TV Friday night. You seen it? And Finney says, that movie's rated R. My dad would never take me to see that. And Robin says, my uncle takes me to the drive-in. We see everything. But, man, that movie, it's the best ever. Which, I mean, solid. Solid. And then Finney says, better than Enter the Dragon? And Robin says, well, okay, maybe second best.
Here's a couple from the grabber. When he's referring to the black phone, he's like, it doesn't work. Not since I was a kid. Which it does the shine, more shine implications.
Yep.
And when Finney's like, I'll scream for help. And then early on, it gives you kind of a hint towards the split personality because he's like, I'm not the one who's going to hear you.
Yep. Man, what a great performance by Ethan Hawke.
Literally, I think this could be his greatest ever.
Do you have any others?
At the end, when Finney finally gets the courage to stand up to him, and he's like, you're just one sad, stupid man.
I loved the two like this calls for you or something like that.
This call that was my final one for Finney is the classic 80s action one-liner
for a movie set in 1978.
Yeah.
We're going to come to that as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, it does feel like an 80s movie, but I mean, maybe the 80s were starting in 78. Who knows?
I was going to say, let's squeeze into the Speedo, sets, costumes, etc. I thought this movie felt very of a time, even if I would say it felt more 80s than 70s.
Yeah.
And I say this as someone who didn't really live through either decade.
Yeah, I was going to say, I honestly couldn't tell you. I mean, probably my parents would probably be a better person to ask about that. But no, it kind of feels more 80s, I will say. Although, like I said, there's transitionary periods. I mean, 1978's at the end of the 70s,
Yep.
so maybe it just feels 80s because it's about to be the 80s.
Right. And who knows? Like Jerry D says, the 80s is the long decade.
Yeah. Doesn't he say from like 75 to 95
or something like that?
Yeah.
I thought the grabber mask was really cool and a really unique design with all the different like attachments to it. But it left me with some questions, I will say. I would like to know more about the grabber's backstory. I would like to know more about what personalities were made up with that mask.
I think we're probably going to get some of that in Black Phone too.
I think we will too, based off of some of like the advertising and stuff.
Well, and some of his lines in the trailer too. I don't know. Have you seen the most recent one that's been playing in movie theaters?
I don't think so.
Because at one point he's like, he's on the phone because he's calling him in a phone booth this time.
Yep.
And he's like, "Dead's just a word. Not all of you dies at once," or something like that.
Ooh. And for a guy with split personalities.
Yeah.
I will say though, I did see a new trailer for an upcoming horror movie, and I was gonna see it regardless. I was gonna see I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then I saw the newest trailer where the new Jennifer Love Hewitt character says, "What are you waiting for, huh?" And I went in 1,000%. She said the line.
She said the thing.
Yep. In Scream, you get Red Right Hand. In I don't know, Silent Night, Deadly Nights, you get Naughty or Garbage Day. And if it's I Know What You Did Last Summer, you want to really sell it to me, you gotta say, "What are you waiting for, huh?"
What's the thing they always say in Final Destination? Because they have a thing too.
Oh, they do have a
remember what it
thing.
is.
I don't remember either.
I can't remember, but yeah, there's a thing in there too. If they do the thing, Jay, like when I go see the new Superman tomorrow, Jay, if he goes, "That's why I'm Superman 4: The Quest for Peace," 100%.
Yeah. Exactly.
Glowing review.
Yeah. But yeah, it was one of those when I saw that moment and I went, you know what? You got me now. You got my money.
This movie really sucks you in with its setting, with the music choices especially. I find that when they do a period soundtrack like that, it really helps set the mood. And it's just, regardless of whether it's late 70s, early 80s, whatever, it feels like a place that's interesting and that you want to explore further.
Yes. No, absolutely. I think we were talking about it off the air, but man, I mean, this really did feel like a Stephen King thing, like very Stephen King adjacent. Like,
but I knew it wasn't because it had a good ending, so I was like, "This must be Joe Hill."
But being set in Denver, Stephen King, like, kid with shine powers, Stephen King. Shitty dad, Stephen King.
Wait a minute, if this is written by Joe Hill, is he talking about Stephen King being a drunk deadbeat dad?
Maybe.
Because, I mean, he probably was.
He might have been.
I mean, the amount of time he's wrote about all the drugs and all the alcohol he's done, it's like, well, he had to be growing up at some point during that.
All right, Jeff. Well, it's a little hot in here.
Is it? Is it getting hot?
How summery is the movie? How summery are the kills?
Oh, summer is in full force, I will say. We got, spring into summer. What do you think of baseball? We got baseball. We've got kids riding on their bikes around, having fun.
I was gonna say that to me, that is the most summery thing. It is
that, and people hanging out at the arcade.
Yep,
that's definitely a summer.
But like, it's a kids on bikes movie, and that you could set a Kids on Bikes movie in the middle of the winter, and I'd still be like, that's a summer movie.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the same. Kids on Bikes need to be in the summer. It always feels like summer. I mean, that's when kids on bikes have the most time to do things, is the summer.
Yep.
Because they're not in school.
Kills, not really. Granted, you don't really see many
I was
kills.
going to say, yeah, this is not like an explicit movie. If people are worried about that or whatever, it's holding you back from watching it, this is not a gory movie.
There's a couple jump scares that actually kind of got me,
Yeah,
especially
no.
the one when you see Paperboy for the first time. That one kind of got me. But like otherwise, no, there's nothing gory or graphic really to worry about. It's more dread and kind of, building tension, I would say.
Yeah. Although I will say, it's not a kill, but when he uses the stake to distract the dog, stakes are very summer.
Yeah, true. Yeah. But yeah, that's why we're going to start grilling some up here soon.
Yeah. Soon, if this resort ever gets off its ass and brings us the steaks we asked for. Good Lord.
Well, Jeff, since we're complaining about the resort, bummer summer, what's the one thing you would fix?
Because this movie really does work for me in almost every aspect. The only thing I kind of wanted to change was give me some more of Max. I think that would have been nice to see. Like, he is such an entertaining character in the little bit of time you get with him. I would like to see some more tense moments between him and his brother, where it's like maybe he's suspicious or whatever, but he's like afraid to confront him, stuff like that.
Even better, Max is just talking about it, and the grabber thinks he's onto him, and so he starts getting really defensive, and Max is just really confused about why he's getting all pissed off.
Like a scene like that would have been a perfect addition. I think like maybe just a few extra scenes of Max, because I mean it was painful for me. I'm sure it was painful for Jay when he gets axed.
Yep.
But I mean, I think it would have been more impactful if you'd spent a little bit more time with him, because he is such a good character.
I was like, "There's my star, dead."
I don't understand how they can make a character so good and then not use him more.
I also put more Max, but that was also kind of a joke answer.
Yeah.
Even though I think we're both serious.
It's kind of a joke, but it's not.
But also, I would have, like I said, I would have loved more information about the grabber, about the different masks, about why sometimes he only wears the top of the mask, sometimes he only wears the bottom of the mask. There's 3 different bottoms to the mask.
Yeah.
I would have just liked a little bit more information.
I think there's something about, because he's done this several times before, there's something about Finney that's like fucking up his process, I think. And I think the masks being switched out to like the half pieces is supposed to be like maybe he's fracturing a little bit. He's like spiraling down because he knows the police are closing in. It feels like a lot of the time he knows in the back of his mind that Gwen is on to him somehow.
Yep.
Maybe because he also has the shine a little bit.
Yep.
And I know that killing his brother also seems, that's at a moment where his personality gets a lot darker too. Like maybe that dark devil mask part of him is winning out.
But yeah, there was just like, especially like the like the top half devil mask, because it's like, it's one thing when it's like the different bottoms, but like there will be scenes where he's just sitting there with like the face on, with the mouth on, but no top, and then the final kill is just the devil mask. So is that like the symbol that he's full demon and no longer human? Like,
that's kind of what I was wondering. It's like, is he maybe like in this like fantasy world he's building for himself? He thinks he's gonna, like, if he kills enough of these boys, he'll like ascend to the next level.
These naughty boys.
Yes, unlock full shine if I beat enough naughty boys.
Gotta keep these boys. Gotta stop being so naughty.
Yet again, very Stephen King thing to do.
Yes.
Beating naughty boys to get more shine.
Also, one last, like, it was hard. It was easy to kind of pick things because I had a lot of small things, but nothing big enough to like detract from the movie.
That's kind of where I was at too.
The one other thing was the thing I mentioned earlier, like how time just kind of flew by. It felt, and I'm like, I would have liked more kind of concrete days going by, even if once Finney is down in the basement, if that bleeds together more because Finney isn't aware of how much time has passed.
This is that's just in his style, because time works kind of the same way in Sinister. I mean, Multiverse of Madness and all that too. I mean, he takes inspiration from that whole like fractured personality thing for a lot of his work. So
Dormammu, I've come to bargain or whatever. All right. Well, what's the thing you would praise? What's your wet hot American summer?
Well, this again was a struggle, but Ethan Hawke's performance, like I've alluded to a couple times throughout this, I have never seen him do anything as good as this, and I doubt, unless Black Phone 2 tops this, which I'm hoping it will. He's never done a better performance than this, and I think he deserves a lot of more credit than I see him get for this.
Felt very like this should be a more iconic horror villain.
Yeah.
Like star-making performance. And like I know people like the Black Phone, but like the thing like we were talking about with the mask earlier on, like this feels like it should be a bigger deal. And
Yes.
it's like let's give Ethan Hawke his flowers.
Yes.
And maybe Black Phone 2 will kind of help to do that.
I hope so, because he deserves it. This is like for a horror movie, especially to get a performance of this caliber is pretty rare.
My praise, and I think people have known this is coming. These kid actors fucking ruled.
Yes.
Oh, they were I would put any of these fucking kid actors up against the cast of Stranger Things, bar Steve Harrington, the star of Stranger Things. But I mean, give me Finney over Finn Wolfhard any day.
Yes. Either one of these two act circles around almost every other child actor I've ever seen.
I was so fucking worried. Like when I kind of booted it up, and you see a kid with kind of shaggy brown hair, and I was like, is this fucking Finn Wolfhard again? And it wasn't, and I was so happy. I was like,
this is Finn Wolfhard if he was talented. Jay.
all right, well, Jeff, it's time for our final rating. It's Fat Boy Summer, so we've mixed things up.
We're going to make a splash.
Is this ooh, I like that. Is this summer lovin'? Is this some like it hot, or is this a cruel summer? Whatever those things mean to you.
Oh, are we switching from Wet Hot American Summer to Summer 11?
Oh, Wet Hot American Summer I thought was our praise.
No, that was what we did for our good one last time.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so then it's I don't know. Then it's some like it hot. I don't know.
We're doing things. Some people like it hot, Jay. Yeah, but I'm going for the top one. I'm praising this movie. I can't say enough good things about this movie, and that's going to make our next segment even harder to endure. But all the pieces come together so great. Ethan Hawke has a great performance. All the supporting actors are great. The kids are great, like we said. The story is interesting enough to keep you hooked. It's a serial killer basically mixed with a ghost story. And I mean, I'm sure it's been done before, but I don't think it's ever been done in a movie quite this well. It's everything about it is enjoyable. It's accessible too for a regular audience, which I think is why it was so successful, because it's not a Terrifier 3. It's not something that only sickos like us are going to enjoy. It's something that you can enjoy just being a regular moviegoer, but it still packs that, especially every scene that Ethan Hawke is in as the grabber, the tension is like off the charts because you never know how he's going to react to a situation.
And I think that mystery plays into it so much, is knowing so little about him.
Yes, you just like no clue how he's going to react to something.
No, mine is also seasonally scary, whatever we're calling that. I put Summer Lovin'. I don't know.
Yeah, sure, Summer Lovin'.
I think this movie, while falling into some tropes, both horror movie tropes, a handful, but also some Stephen King, Joe Hill tropes.
And some cop tropes.
Yep. Of the genre. Overall, this is a very good movie with a great cast. I mean, everyone's great. And just a really intriguing, mysterious villain that I would love to know more about. And those things have me excited for what the sequel will bring. So we can learn more, hopefully, about the grabber, about Finney, and about the shine and whatever. Like, I am very excited for Black Phone 2 now.
There's a shout out to Rich Evans of Red Letter Media. You may have heard of it. It's a small channel, Jay.
Oh, yeah,
Small Wisconsin-based group.
Nowhere near as big as Horror for the Holidays, I'm sure.
But he often says when reviewing movies like this, more than the sum of its tropes, and I think that sums it up pretty well. It's like you can take a movie that does things you've seen before, but if you execute it in a way that makes it feel special, then it doesn't matter. And this definitely does that.
Well, Jeff, it's time to get some sand in our buns.
Oh boy!
Here's what. Maybe we're idiots. Maybe we don't know what we're talking about. I'm gonna start with the smallest review I can find.
Okay.
1 out of 10 stars. Pure trash. I watched this movie because of good reviews here on IMDb. This movie has a really poor script, and it's definitely copied from other movies. mean, I think a lot of movies do that.
I mean, every art project ever.
Yeah. Do not waste your time. I don't understand why this is a top 10 movie for this week. 17 people found that helpful, which is disappointing.
Oh, are you ready for this one?
Yep.
Reddit.
Oh, well, we know that's a real brain trust of geniuses.
This is not a good film. There's no brain power behind it in terms of what is happening with these phone calls. The serial killer is a complete void in terms of his personality and backstory. Seriously, where is the horror? That got Reddit gold, by the way.
Jesus. Then again, I don't know. I see so many people on Reddit recommending like Serbian film and shit like that. So it's like,
true.
I don't know. Horror Reddit, and maybe that's not on horror Reddit. Maybe that's on regular film Reddit or whatever.
It's on r/100 movies 365 days.
Okay, so then I have no idea. But I think Reddit certainly leans into maybe getting some of the worst stuff, but then also, the brain geniuses on Reddit. Sometimes it pays to be a contrarian.
Mm-hmm, true.
Here's another short one. 1 out of 10. Stunned. Honestly, stunned speechless that this film has positive reviews. I wasn't left with any new information once the film was over that I didn't already gather from the multiple trailers.
Really?
Nothing ever happens. It just lingers off in the distance, so you hope and cross your fingers that all of the boring built-up will be worth it. Oh, I think he meant to say build up. And that it's over. No closure. No answers, no actual violence or horror. So I ask, what the fuck is the point? I would argue a child being stuck in a basement and like talking to ghosts while a serial killer with dissociative identity disorder is absolutely horror. But I mean, I guess to each their own.
Apparently not, Jay. Apparently not.
While his sister has The Shine.
Yeah. Well, so let's say if you consider The Shining a horror movie, then you should consider this a horror movie.
Exactly. And the 86 people found that helpful.
1 out of 10. This, over 15,000 people found this helpful, Jay.
Ugh.
Finney is never in any real danger. It feels excruciatingly drawn out and predictable. Derrickson doesn't play with shadows at all. Finney's terror should be palpable, but the best efforts are hampered by lackluster screenplay and dodgy direction. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Did you even actually watch this?
Sometimes I don't think they do. Or that's the thing. And I'm guilty of this too. Like sometimes, I normally do it during like cooking shows or like, if I'm kind of zoning out, it's the end of the night, I'm winding down. I'll have my phone, I'll be scrolling, and I'll have a fucking cooking show on. And like sometimes I'll be like, wait, how did we get to this point? Like I try not to do that with things I actually want to watch or enjoy. But I think so many people are just on their phone, and I'm going to sound like a boomer here. So many of these dang kids are on their phones all the time. I think like the phones being readily available, people just like half the time, they half pay attention to a movie and then they go, well, none of this makes sense. How did we get here?
Yeah, I know. I hate that so much. People are like, oh, this didn't make any sense. It's like, it made sense if you actually paid attention.
The only good thing about this movie is the poster. 1 out of 10 stars. Everything else stinks to high heaven. It stinks, Jeff. It stinks.
Oh, boy.
Nothing works in another train wreck. The story is stupid. The kids are annoying and unconvincing. Disagree. The kids are great.
They were great.
Ethan is lost in this mess. Maybe we was late for some alimony payments and then agreed to be part of this joke of a horror film. There is no horror in this film. Maybe cussing kids count as a horror thing. Who knows? This feels like old man yells at tree.
I was gonna say, this is ridiculous.
And the fighting between kids, is that real? The fights were brutal, vicious. I mean, literally, Robin says the reason that he drew blood when he was fighting Moose was to put on a show.
Yeah.
I guess we can see the type of behavior in prison for really dangerous criminals, but not amongst kids in the 70s. I would disagree. I'm pretty sure bullying was way worse in the 70s.
Yes, it was.
Than it was when you and I were growing up.
It definitely was, because back then teachers did not address it.
The whole thing is stuffed with cliches, stereotypes, and too precious kids. And the dialogue, OMG. It can give you stomach cramps after 5 minutes listening to it. This thing is really bad in a very bad way. 20 people found that helpful. 19 people disliked that or whatever.
Oh my God. 0 stars. by Cranky Cinema Dad 94, Jay.
Oh boy.
You relate to this guy? 0 stars. Not even dial tone level entertainment.
Oh, you got me there.
The phone was disconnected like my interest. It's like the filmmakers forgot what a horror movie is supposed to do. Be scary. Instead, we get a sleepover version of Saw with Ethan Hawke doing his best Dollar Tree Joker cosplay. A magic phone, psychic dreams. What is this? Scooby-Doo meets Stranger Things? Hard pass.
I mean, fuck. Yeah, Scooby-Doo meets Stranger Things, and this fucking ruled.
12,000 people found this helpful.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, this is my last one, because I did find one. I showed it to Jeff. That is, I don't know, a book-length review, and I'm not going to read all that. So this is my last one. Another worst horror film, full of boring conversation and then the rest of the title gets cut off. The film starts with a bunch of people playing baseball, and the audience cheer for them. Scene. As turnout, this film is about a young boy, Finney, need to escape from the capture from a kidnapper, the grabber. Entire film full of boring conversation and annoying overuse scene, such as overuse of the walking scene, overuse of the searching scene, overuse of the calling name scene, overuse of the staring scene, overuse of the bullying scene, overuse of the changing camera angles scene, overuse of the blackout scene, overuse of the slow motion scene, overuse of the phone ringing scene, overuse of the talking to the phone scene, overuse of the surrounding by ghost scene, overuse of the sleeping scene, overuse of the interrogation scene, overuse of the waking up scene, overuse of the hallucinate scene, and overuse of the riding bicycle scene. Make the film unwatchable. Is that a command?
Yeah.
At the end, the grabber been killed and Finney escaped from the abduction of the grabber. That's it. Another disappointed film. Another disappointed film.
If I was the film, I'd be disappointed in this guy too.
I mean, one, it's like this guy doesn't know that a lot, especially horror movies, are not given a big budget.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of use as much as you can to pad out the runtime. And so, like, yeah, we're going to kind of film especially this, and this movie especially. And you know, Saw is another good example. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a bottle episode. Like, most of this movie is going to take place in the basement because our main character's trapped in the basement. Yeah. Most of Saw is going to take place in that fucking bathroom because our main character's trapped, because Carrie Elways is trapped in that goddamn bathroom.
Exactly.
It's like, come on, Wesley, what are you doing trapped in that bathroom?
Yep. You know, Jay, sometimes you wonder, do these people watch movies all the time, or do they just never watch movies and they go to one of these and then they're like, wait a minute, I recognize things like this before.
I am reminded there is a former famous soccer player. He's now retired and has famously only ever seen like 15 movies ever, and doesn't like movies. And so I do wonder if it's just people who are like, I've seen 12 movies before, and this reminds me of other movies.
Yes. I have seen The Shining, so this movie having The Shining pisses me off.
I wonder who this Joe Hill is. I wonder if Stephen King knows how he ripped off The Shining.
Yeah, he's probably ripping him off right now. All right, Jay. VHS Spirit Temple says, I'd rather call Time Warner tech support.
Oh, that's a zinger.
You know what's more terrifying than the black phone, Jay? Being on hold with Comcast.
Oh, you might be a redneck.
At least they make you scream. This movie builds up all this evil mask hype only to deliver a guy who acts like your weird uncle who drinks decaf Red Bull and collects ventriloquist dummies. And the supernatural elements? Inconsistent, unclear, uninteresting. Throw this phone in the trash where it belongs.
I want a cool uncle like that. That sounds great.
And then he has a follow-up. The real horror is that they made a sequel. I couldn't believe it when I saw there was a Black Phone 2 coming out. Did they not hear the collective sigh of disappointment across every theater in America? This film is the equivalent of getting stuck on a call with your bank and then having them hang up right when it gets interesting. Nothing is resolved, nothing is explained, and yet somehow we're supposed to clap because a kid swings a phone like it's Castlevania. No, just no.
You know what? I mean, Sure, the collective groan of the audience as the movie made $100 million, but sure, yeah, you're right. You're right, dude. Everyone else is wrong.
If you factor in the marketing and the budget, this movie cleared at least $120 million.
Jesus.
And then I saved the best for last, Jay. From Count Stabula, certified cinemasochist on Reddit. I would rather be kidnapped than watch this again.
Oh, boy.
This movie feels like it was written by an AI that only consumed third-grade ghost stories and Netflix previews. The Black Phone is a crime, not a horror movie, and it's a war crime of cinema, punishable by forced screenings of Morbius until your soul gives up. Ethan Hawke is supposed to be this terrifying, enigmatic child catcher. He looks like a theater kid who wandered out of Sleep No More and got lost in the suburbs. His mask, designed by someone who watched The Purge on mute while drunk on cough syrup. His vibe, less nightmare fuel and more guy who manages a hot topic, but calls it hot goth couture. The script crawls along like it's being written by a haunted Etch-a-Sketch. Ghost kids show up to give the main character vague, cryptic puzzle clues like it's a horror-themed escape room. And the Black Phone itself, wow, what a terrifying concept. A disconnected phone that rings and gives plot advice? Jesus Christ. It's like watching a screenwriter work through their childhood issues using Goosebumps dialogue. Oh no, my dad is mean and ghosts are on the phone. How brave, how original. I haven't felt this emotionally manipulated since my ex faked a ghost in our apartment for attention. The scariest thing about The Black Phone is someone greenlit a sequel. A sequel. Why? Because apparently audience today eat horror slop like pigs at a truffle trough. If you add synth music and a child in peril. At least in Sinister, Ethan Hawke looks like he gave a damn. In this one, he looks like he's trying to remember if he left the oven on in his Airbnb across town. Final thoughts. If you handed me a literal Black Phone and told me I had to watch this movie again or call Satan, I'm calling Satan and telling him to bring snacks. 0 stars, negative vibe, banish this thing to the Phantom Zone. All of you who like this can go back to your cave at Spirit Halloween until next year.
Man, I'm really sick and tired of people using Spirit Halloween as an insult.
Well, it's happening, Jay.
It's why we're Nick Lutsko fans. We love Spirit Halloween.
That was the most brutal review I could find of this thing, and he really rips into it.
I didn't get any of that from Ethan Hawke. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Whatever.
I like Sinister, but I would say that this performance is better than his performance in Sinister.
Yeah, I don't know. And you said that one was Reddit, so like we were saying, on Reddit it pays to be a contrarian.
Count Stabula, certified cinemasochist, Jay.
All right, well, Jeff. I'm getting word. We got a guy waiting outside, wearing a creepy mask. He's trying to get into our party here. We got to figure out where to put the grabber on our VIP list.
Did he bring steaks?
Did he bring steaks? They're shaking their head no, but
God damn it. Well,
now I think we gotta let him in.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
But clearly he's not as important as the zombies.
No.
Keep him away from the kiddie pool.
Yeah. Good idea, Jay. That could be a disaster.
All right. Well,
I mean, yeah, he's no zombie apocalypse, but I mean, we'll see how powerful he becomes in the sequel.
Yeah, he could be way more powerful. It looks like he is. It looks like It looks like Evil gets some kind of upgrade in Black Phone.
Evil gets an upgrade on the phone.
Well, Jeff, it's time for this.
Garbage day! Huh? No!
Oh my God.
Summer edition Red Bull.
Oh God. We're fat boys. It's White Peach.
And there's been lots of talk about grilling out this episode. Steaks.
Yeah.
Brats.
Burgers.
So.
God, he's got another bag. God, it's full. Oh, God, he's knocking the mic.
Oh, there's a lot going on.
Oh, God, look out, Jay. There's kids running by again.
We got Pringles grilled beer brat.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Pringles beer braised steak.
Oh, just what I wanted, Jay.
And we've got Pringles beer can chicken.
Oh, boy. With Miller High Life, good Lord.
The champagne of beers.
Is that what that one is?
I think so. I think this is Miller Lite, but yes. I believe High Life is the champagne of beers.
All right, there's your brats, Jay. They do smell good, and I'll give them that.
We'll just do one at a time. Maybe.
All right, let's do the brats first.
Yeah, let's try some brats.
Pull them off the grill, Jay. I'm starving.
Hey, Jeff. Quack, quack, quack.
Classic. It's Fat Boy Summer. We have fun here. But, I gotta say, I'm impressed. I don't know if it's necessarily brat flavored, but it's good.
Yeah, it has some like artificial smoke maybe. But yeah, I'm not a bad flavor.
No, certainly not. All right, well, I guess let's break out the steaks.
All right. Gonna cleanse my palate with some
Hold on,
white
Jay.
peach. Oh, this is delicious. Oh my God.
Let me open my Miller High Life.
Red Bull Summer Edition, the taste of white peach. All right, that's what it says. Something about worldwide by top athletes, busy professionals, college students, and travelers on long journeys. Also, fat boys.
Fat Boys in summer. That's good.
That is delicious.
That's good. All right, it's steak time, Jay.
All right. Man, we finally got some steaks.
Let's steak it up. Son of a bitch. Now, it has a little bit of some kind of beef flavor. Oh, my delicious porterhouse, Jay. Well, they brought a sirloin out. Let me try that one.
Where's the beef on these Pringles, kind of?
Again, I wouldn't say steak, but I would say beef, definitely. You can taste beef. They must... Oh, my God, Jay. Think they used RFK's beef tallow?
Yeah, Big Laurie was like, you know what? Bake these in beef tallow, just like the fries at Steak and Shake.
But no.
Bring your Teslas and celebrate whatever the fuck. I don't know.
You know, definitely you can get some beef flavor out of this. I'm impressed. These are better than I thought they would be.
All right, well, last but not least, some beer can chicken.
I mean, yeah. I'm getting chicken flavor.
I think that might be the best one.
Certainly closest to what it's advertised as. I don't know. It could be because we're so close to the great state of Wisconsin, but I'm liking some of these brats over here, Jay.
That's the thing. None of them are bad. Although the best thing is this white peach summer edition Red Bull. This is fucking delicious.
I agree.
If we were still working overnights, I'd be buying fucking white peach summer edition Red Bull all the fucking time.
Jay be shotgunning these things.
This is a 10 out of 10. I'd be destroying my heart with.
No, I agree. That's number one for both of us. All right, let's rank these Pringles.
I think I would do the beer can chicken first.
I think I would do the brats first.
And then I think I would probably do the brats second.
Yeah, I'm going brats, beef, chicken at the bottom for me.
Okay. Like it's all very close. Like none of them are bad.
I like them all.
Yeah, and I'll kind of a hit. I'm now to take these Pringles cans and put them in my pantry, and my son will just eat all of them because he just devours Pringles.
I feel that. This is Fat Boy Summer, after all.
He's a Pringle eating machine. A machine designed to eat Pringles. Well, if you want to get in touch with us, tell us about, I don't know, your thoughts on Summer Edition Red Bull or
all these weird Pringles.
Pringles. Or more importantly, the black phone.
No, we don't care about that. We're certified professional movie critics, Jay, and our opinion is the word.
Send us an email, horrorfortheholidays@gmail.com. Get in touch with us on social media. We are pretty much all the places at Horror4Holidays. That's horror, the number 4 holidays.
YouTube.com/horrorfortheholidays. Check us out. Leave a review. Like it. Subscribe. Hit the bell. I mean, go to all the podcatchers. We're on all of them. Leave a 5-star review. 0 stars if you could, so we know you're a real sicko.
Yep. Only the real sickos know to leave their 5-star review. 0 stars if I could. Damn Pringles falling everywhere.
Fucking Pringles, God. Anyway, yeah, go to all the places. Leave the reviews. Tell a friend, because that helps the show grow more than anything else. I mean, I don't trust random recommendations. I trust something that Jay told me more than I would trust some random guy on the internet.
I mean, you said Black Phone was good. Black Phone's good. If I had read, I don't know, whoever the fuck, Cinema Dad or whatever,
Cinema Stub Vampire Man,
and he would have been like, "Oh, Black Phone's bad," I would have been like, "Oh, Black Phone might be good. I don't know. I don't trust this guy." But Jeff tells me Black Phone's good. I'm gonna think Black Phone's pretty good.
Till I betray Jay with a terrible, terrible movie I've been saving.
Oh, we know it's coming. I mean,
Yes, Jay, I love this movie so much.
You know, if Horror for the Holidays, Garbage Days ever happens.
Oh, that we need to do that eventually.
But also proud to be part of the Christmas Podcast Network. Check them out. They're doing all sorts of better content over there than we do over here.
Hey. This is a Fat Boy Summer.
I think I don't remember. Advent Calendar House, I think, just is maybe in the middle of or just finished up doing all the Christmas Futuramas.
Oh, cool.
So, I mean, I've heard those episodes are great. People have really been digging those. Haven't gotten to check it out yet myself, but people seem to be digging those.
I mean, it's no Fat Boy Summer, but I guess I could check it out.
Yeah. And Jeff, what's that? There's jingling in the air. I was getting ready to tell you about the movie we're gonna be watching next week, but
Hey, knock it off. I'm trying to have a relaxing day by the pool.
there's a little chill. Oh,
No.
is that reindeer flying across the sky?
Ho, ho, ho. Oh, boys and girls, it's your old friend Santa Claus. I hope you've been good this year. And I know some of you have been partying pretty hard, but don't forget, next week is Christmas in July. Ho, ho, ho.
Fuck.
All right. Well, Santa's right. Next week's Christmas in July.
I hate you, Santa. I hate you.
So we got to, I guess we'll have to postpone watching Frogman, the final week of Fat Boy Summer, so we can watch P2.
Dun 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 dun.
A,
Dun 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 dun.
a Christmas horror movie.
Wah wah wah. Oh wait, wrong movie.
So a 1 week hiatus from Fat Boy Summer, where we'll talk about Christmas horror movies, and then we'll be back in our final week to talk about Frogman.
Well, you know, Jay, this summer's been going so shittily so far at this damn resort. I can't say I'm unhappy for a break.
You know, man, it would have been great synergy to do Jack Frost 2, a movie about going to a resort and
No,
no, we're gonna do P2 instead.
It's not how this podcast works, Jay. We don't do synergy.
we did Jack Frost 2 like a year ago. Now we're doing this. We're doing P2 is great. I'm excited to talk about it.
Oh, do you want to tell them about the other thing that's in the works?
We'll get to that later. That's once we have a date hammered out and stuff. But needless to say, we'll be making another appearance on a different podcast here very soon.
Oh, well, yeah, that too. No, I was talking about an in-person appearance we're putting in soon. Up in Minnesota.
Oh yeah, no, we'll do that later. We'll talk about that later. But as that gets closer, but
We're gonna be at Fat Boy Con.
the person who needs to know is aware of what we'll be doing in Minneapolis in September. Anyway.
Nothing nefarious, NSA.
Anyway, all right. Well, Jeff, the grabber's harassing those little kids. I'm gonna go break that up. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks for listening.
Well, I guess I'll head back in the pool.
Bye. Put that kid down! Oh, hey. Oh, stop that, Ethan Hawke. Oh, get away from me. Oh, shit, it's Ladyhawke. Jeff, help!
He's running away. I don't think I'm gonna help him. God, look at that Ladyhawke go.